Hi, I'm Paris, and it's springtime, which means the as seen on TV shelves are overflowing with the latest version of expandable hoses. I still have some from last year that are going strong, and I've bought one of the latest for this year. It is the Extreme XHose Pro with all the latest improvements. I'm going to take this out in the backyard, show you how last year's hoses are doing, and see what this one can do.
Epic review, guys.
Just to give you an idea of the improvements on this year's XHose, they decided to put brass on both ends. Will this help fix issues people have been having? The XHose, the Extreme XHose Pro 50-foot version goes for just over $30, and I'll have a link to it down below this video. Here in the backyard, we have our collection of hoses. The original hose from Lowe's or Home Depot, standard garden hose. This is last year's pocket hose, the black one. I think they may have a new version of that out. I may have to go check it out. Over here is a hose that doesn't have a name on it, and I've actually forgotten which one this is, but I'm thinking this may be something like the extendable hose, something like that from a couple years ago. And this is actually the hose that I like using best. This is the clear hose, and it was clear originally, but you can see even all the way up to the faucet now, it kind of has a yellowish tint, and I'm not sure how much of that is outside from the UV and how much of that may be inside where something is growing in the hose. So I wouldn't drink from it, but the reason I like to use it is over here. So things aren't growing great. I do have a garden, and the clear hose has a type of plastic that doesn't put the chemicals into the water, which then goes into your garden and gets absorbed by the plants you're trying to grow to eat. So for that reason I like it. Also, I have, this was something I reviewed last year. This is also a garden tower, and this year it's actually working better than last year, but that's another review. Let's get back to the Extreme XHose Pro. See what comes in the package. Yes, dragging it over rough surfaces can cause it to pop. Keep it in the shade or cool area. So yeah, the UV takes its toll too. And don't leave it under pressure for long periods of time. Is it Extreme XHose Pro or XHose Pro Extreme? I guess that may be the actual name. Here's some more do's and don'ts. The XHose Pro Extreme. There's a lot. Okay, let's take it out of the package. Attaching this to the faucet, they've put this reinforced plastic sleeve here so you won't have the experience some people had of this popping, because this material pulled straight out to the side from where it attached and put too much stress on it. Attached to the faucet, before there's any water pressure in it, it runs this long. I'm thinking 20, 25 feet. Let's turn on the water. There's our expansion happening. It's got that reinforced piece here too to reduce the tension when you're pulling on the hose, and it's not leaking. Okay, let's see how long it is under pressure. Well, that's pretty good, because I know that to the fence from the house is about 50 feet, so I think we actually got a little over 50 feet in length when it's under pressure. And let's see about the water flow. Set on shower. This is how I usually water the rows of garden here. Say it seems to be putting out about as much water as the clear hose. That's the one that I usually use. And releasing the pressure to do the watering, which isn't like turning the water off completely. You can see it hasn't shortened up, if that's a concern you have, that by releasing the water pressure and doing the watering that the hose is going to pull out of your hand and run back towards the house. That doesn't happen. Now I've left the nozzle locked open on the other end, so the water pressure should go out pretty quickly. Let's turn it off here, see what happens with the hose. taking its time, but it is contracting. It should pull back to about where it was before I turned the water on in the first place. I'm guessing it's getting caught in the grass because it's not pulling back very fast. I'm used to these hoses contracting more quickly. It's still nearly 50 feet in length. It's getting there, but it's taking a while. I wonder if that has to do with their new and improved design, making the hose stronger, so it's not as responsive to coil back up. The first versions of these expandable, contractible hoses were a lot more impressive, at least out in the driveway, turning the water on and off. But then again, they were a lot more fragile as well. Here you can see this reinforcements really come in handy, even if you're careful and you don't pull too hard on the hose against the faucet when you're using it. Simply by turning the water off and leaving the hose stretched out, we've got this much tension on it as it's caught in the grass and not able to pull back up. So this pretty much is going 90 degrees right out from underneath of it. And I helped it out a little here, pulled it to take the tension off of it, and it came back to about where it was before. So it did shrink up from maybe being 55 feet in length to about 25 feet. Okay, we should have our 50-some feet. Let's take this over to water the little garden stack. This is the green stalk stacking garden, which gives you a lot of gardening space in a very small area because it stacks up high. And I've got the hose here over the fence. Let's open this up. Whoa! Well, if the question was, is there going to be enough spray? The answer is yes. Question is it going to pull back towards the house? No, it doesn't seem to be doing that, even with the released pressure. Okay, we're going to make a mess here. You fill up the top and the water goes to trays on each level and then waters the levels by dripping. And when you're done with it, it's easy to put away and takes up just that much space. So that's the XHose Pro Extreme. If you've been using these year after year and having them pop each year, I have to say I'm actually a little bit impressed with this one. It just seems to be built more sturdy, and the fixes they've made have been to issues that a lot of people have had trouble with. So maybe this is the year they got it right. I don't know. 3 years I've been going through trying out these hoses. Maybe you have as well. If you want to check out more about this one, I'll have a link to it down below this video. And again, about $30 for a 50-foot hose. Pretty sure I saw that the pocket hose has a new version out, new and improved, so I'll take a look for that and review that one. Maybe do a head-to-head between the two of them. You can keep checking back for that video, or you can click that subscribe button down below. You'll get notified when our videos go up. See you on the next review.
Shopping is easy when you know what to buy. At EpicReviewGuys, we give it a try. What does the fox buy? Nobody knows, but before he goes shopping, he watches our videos.